Are you lying next to your partner at night, close enough to touch, and yet feeling completely alone? Do you find yourself going through the motions, sharing a home, sharing a bed, but somehow sharing nothing? If that sounds familiar, gentlemen, you are not broken. You are not unusual, but you are being robbed of something your body and soul are literally wired to crave. And today, I'm going to give it back to you. I'm Dr. Emily Carter, a urologist with 12 years of experience helping men over 60 reclaim their vitality, strength, and confidence. I've worked with thousands of men who thought their best days were behind them. What I've discovered is that the men who truly thrive in their relationships, the ones whose partners look at them with admiration and warmth decades in, they've mastered something that has nothing to do with words, nothing to do with long conversations, emotional speeches, or therapy speak. It's something far more primal, far more powerful. And today, I'm going to show you exactly what it is. Before we dive in, hit that like button and drop a comment telling me where you're watching from. It genuinely means the world to me to know I'm reaching men who need this. Let me tell you something that most men over 50 don't realize. Your body is speaking to your partner every single moment, and right now, it may be saying the wrong things. Not with words, with posture, with breath, with the way you enter a room, with the stillness or the tension in your hands. Here's the problem. As men age, especially after 50, testosterone levels decline, cortisol rises, the nervous system shifts into a chronic low-grade stress state. And what that does, quietly, invisibly, is pull you out of presence. Your body stops broadcasting safety and strength. It starts broadcasting distance and depletion. Your partner feels it. She can't name it, but she feels it, and she pulls back. And you feel that pull, and you pull back further. And suddenly, two people who love each other are living like polite strangers. That emotional distance is not a relationship problem. It is a biological problem, and it has a biological solution. There's something else happening too. After decades of life, careers, stress, responsibilities, many men have been conditioned to equate vulnerability with weakness. So when intimacy calls for openness, for presence, for softness, the body resists, the jaw tightens, the chest closes, the eyes go somewhere else. And what your partner receives is a man who is physically there but emotionally unavailable. Not because you don't love her, but because your nervous system never learned how to stay open under pressure. And the third layer, the one nobody talks about, is that most men were never taught the nonverbal language of deep connection. We were not raised with it. Our fathers didn't model it. We learned to show love through providing, protecting, and doing. All of those matter. But there is a whole frequency of intimacy, silent, embodied, electric, that most men never access. And that frequency is where the real magic lives. So let's build it, right now, point by point. The first thing I want you to understand is the biology of eye contact, real eye contact, not the glance, not the polite acknowledgement. I mean the kind of sustained, soft-focused gaze that communicates, I see you, I'm here, you are safe with me. When two people hold eye contact for more than 6 seconds, research from Harvard confirms this, oxytocin floods the bloodstream. That's the bonding hormone, the trust hormone, the same chemical released during physical intimacy. Your nervous system interprets it as deep safety. Hers does too. In that moment, more intimacy is transmitted than in most hour-long conversations. Emotionally, this kind of gaze tells your partner something words rarely can, that she is worth slowing down for, that you are fully present, that your mind is not somewhere else. In a world of constant distraction, that gift, the gift of your complete attention, is extraordinary. Most women haven't felt it in years, and when they feel it from you, they move toward you. Practically, here's what I want you to do. Tonight, when you're sitting across from your partner, dinner, the couch, wherever, let your gaze rest on her face for a full 10 seconds. Soft eyes, no agenda, no words needed, just presence. That's it. See what happens. Robert, 67, came to me frustrated. He said, "Doc, we don't fight, we don't have problems, we just don't connect anymore." After working together, I gave him this one assignment, one real look every evening. 3 weeks later, he came back and told me his wife had asked him that morning what had changed. And then she cried. Not from sadness, from relief, from finally feeling seen again. The second point is what I call the grounding touch. And gentlemen, this is not about physical intimacy in the way you might think. This is something far subtler and far more powerful. The skin is the largest sensory organ in the human body. It contains millions of nerve endings that are directly wired to the limbic system, the emotional brain. When you touch your partner with intentionality, a hand on the small of her back, a slow thumb across her knuckles, your palm resting warm and still on her shoulder, you are communicating directly to her nervous system, not to her mind, to her body. And her body responds with a cascade of neurochemical signals that say, I am safe, I am cherished, I am home. The emotional power of this cannot be overstated. In research from the University of North Carolina, couples who maintained regular, non-sexual physical touch showed significantly lower cortisol levels and significantly higher relationship satisfaction. The touch doesn't have to be long, it doesn't have to be dramatic, but it has to be intentional. Here's your practical protocol. Identify 3 natural moments in your day, morning, evening, and one in between, and anchor a grounding touch to each. When you pass her in the kitchen, let your hand rest on her shoulder for 2 full seconds before you move on. When she's talking, take her hand. When you sit beside her, let your knee rest against hers. These are not grand gestures. They are a quiet, continuous message. I am with you. I choose you. You matter to me. Quick pause before we continue. I want you to notice something. We are already 3 tools deep into this framework and not one word has been spoken. Not one uncomfortable conversation. Not one emotional disclosure. Just presence. Just biology. Just the ancient language your body already knows. The third pillar is breath synchrony. And this one, gentlemen, is extraordinary. When 2 people synchronize their breathing, inhaling and exhaling at the same rhythm, their heart rates align. Their brain waves begin to mirror each other. It's a phenomenon called physiological coupling, and it produces a sense of closeness so profound that in studies, participants often describe the experience as feeling merged or deeply understood without a single word being exchanged. This matters emotionally because it communicates attunement. It says, I am on your frequency. I am not rushing. I am not distracted. I am here with you at the same pace. After 50, when life often accelerates into urgency and stress, this stillness is a radical act of love. Practically, try this. When you are lying beside your partner in the evening, consciously slow your breath. Make your exhale longer than your inhale. This activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the calm state. Then, without making it a project, let your body naturally begin to match her rhythm. You don't need to announce it. You don't need to explain it. Just breathe. You'll feel the shift. So will she. Marcus, 71, had been sleeping in the same bed as his wife for 42 years, but hadn't really felt close to her in over a decade. He started doing this one thing, just conscious, intentional breath before sleep. He told me that within 2 weeks, his wife had begun reaching for his hand in the dark again, something she hadn't done in years. The fourth point is presence over performance, and this may be the most important thing I say today. Many men, especially high-achieving, driven men over 50, have been trained to approach almost everything as a performance, a problem to solve, a result to produce. And they bring that same energy into intimate space. They try to do intimacy, and it doesn't work. Biologically, when you enter performance mode, your sympathetic nervous system activates, the fight or flight system. Your body language shifts, your jaw tightens, your presence collapses inward. Your partner's nervous system detects this within milliseconds, not consciously, but it detects it, and it responds with guardedness. Emotionally, what your partner longs for most is not a performance, it's your actual self. The man who isn't trying to be impressive, the man who is simply, fully there. That kind of relaxed, unhurried presence is more attractive at 60 than almost anything else. The practical shift. The next time you are with your partner, drop the agenda. There is nothing to fix, nothing to accomplish, nothing to prove. Your only task is to be in the room fully for the next 10 minutes. No phone, no next thought, no planning the evening, just here, just now, just her. Watch what that does. The fifth and final point is what I call the silent ceremony, a ritual of nonverbal devotion that the most deeply connected couples practice, often without even naming it. It's simple. Once per day, find a moment, morning coffee, an evening walk, sitting side by side, and offer it without agenda. Not to get something, not to lead somewhere, just to sit in the quiet warmth of another person you love and let that be enough. No conversation required, no resolution needed, just two people choosing each other in silence. This practice strengthens what researchers call secure attachment, the neurological foundation of lasting intimacy. It signals, we are safe enough together that we don't need words to fill the space. That kind of silence is not emptiness, it is fullness. And couples who have it describe it as the most intimate experience of their lives. And number 5 is the one most men have never been given permission to do. Simply be still with someone they love, without it meaning something is wrong. Here's your simple action plan. Step 1. Tonight, give her one real 10-second look. Soft eyes, full presence. Step 2. Anchor 3 grounding touches into your day, starting tomorrow morning. Step 3. For the next 7 nights, slow your breath before sleep and let your body align with hers. That's it. 3 things. No speeches, no grand gestures, just presence. If you've been feeling disconnected from your partner, from yourself, from the warmth you remember, I want you to hear this directly. You are not broken. You are not past your time. What you are is a man who was never handed the right tools, and now you have them. The body remembers how to connect. The nervous system wants to return to warmth and safety. Even at 60, even at 70, even after years of emotional distance, the pathway back is shorter than you think. And it begins not with a word, but with a look, a touch, a breath. If this opens something for you today, please like this video, drop a comment telling me which of these 5 tools you're going to try first. Share it with a man in your life who needs to hear this, and subscribe so you never miss a week. I'm Dr. Emily Carter, reminding you that after 50, vitality isn't lost, it's waiting to be awakened. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.